Hello everybody, Tabitha here, and today I am going to be telling you all about equipment that I personally think is essential if you are going to be studying psychology at De Montfort University, just like I am. My first point is obviously stationery and equipment can be really expensive, so I'd just like to say do not feel like you need to go out and buy a printer. Yes, you need to have access to the slides that the lecturers put up on Blackboard. However, I have printed something once since I have been here at university, and I've been here for 6 months now, and I have never felt like, oh, I really need a printer. There are printers in the library that you have access to, so if you don't buy one personally, it's not like you cannot print anything. I think it's incredibly helpful if you don't have a printer anyway, to have an iPad or a phone or a laptop. I know these things are expensive, yes, but I believe most people have them anyway, and you can get a student discount off of Apple products, so that is another thing to bear in mind. What I find so good about having an iPad, it stores everything in one place. So all your notes are in one place, all the slides are in one place. You won't lose anything because I know I get pieces of paper, they get shoved in my bag and they never make it out alive. I love having an iPad. What I do is the lecturer in front of me has their slideshow up. They also upload the handout onto Blackboard. Basically, it's where they upload vital information and information about the slides and workshops and things like that. The lecturer in front of you will have the slides up, but sometimes they do move very quickly and it's easy to miss words. So I have the slides also up on my iPad. If you have a phone, you can use your phone. If you have a laptop, you can use that instead, and it just means that I can have it in front of me, have the lecturer talking, and if I miss anything I can just look back to my iPad or my phone or whatever it is. Then instead of printing off all the handouts, I have it on here. So by having everything on my iPad, it means that things are all together, they don't get lost in my bag, I don't have to spend loads of money on printing or a printer, and also it saves paper, but I do still write things down, and I will get onto that just now. The second bit of equipment that I use every single time I go to a lecture is a refiller pad. This is just a lined one, and basically all I write in here is the key points from the lectures that maybe the lecturer says out loud that isn't written on the slides or the handout, and that is so important because it means you don't miss any vital information. Then once I have written it down on here, I store it in this giant ring binder folder. Tabitha West Psychology. This is a page out of my notebook, and as you can see I'm quite a visual learner. I use lots of different colours and diagrams when I'm writing my notes down, and to do that I just have these pens, and I am quite organised in the sense that each one of these I use for different things. So the pink pen I use for key points and information, the blue pen I use to write my titles, the purple pen I use to write case studies or people's names, research studies or things like that, and then the green pen I use for any diagrams and arrows and things I need to draw. That for me just makes me feel a lot more organised. It makes me want to read my notes because they look more interesting, and it makes everything a lot easier and a lot clearer to look at and revise from in the future. There is one item of stationery that you must make sure you have got for your phase tests. When we do our phase tests, we have to put a little line in the box that corresponds to the answer we want to give, and that has to be done in pencil. If it's done in pen, the machine that reads our answers can't tell what you've put, and you might get an awful grade even though you have got all the right answers, but the machine just can't read it. If there's one bit of information you take from this video, make sure you have an HB pencil. And obviously if you have a pencil for your phase tests, you will need a rubber because you have to erase any answers that you believe you've got wrong and you change, because if you cross it out, again that will confuse the machine. So make sure you have a pencil and a rubber for your phase test. Pretty standard, and I think everyone has these in their pencil case anyway, but please just don't be the person that doesn't bring a pencil to their phase test. So as I've shown you, this is my massive ring binder folder, and I don't have one of these for every module. I have one for all of them, and that is because inside I have dividers just like this one, and they all correspond to my different modules. So I have Introduction to Research Methods, Core Areas, Historical Perspectives, Psychology in Context, and Empirical Psychology. They are the modules that you will learn in your first year, and I love them all. Yes, some of them are challenging, but that is all part of it. It's interesting and it's how you're going to learn. As well as having the dividers in here, I do put little post-its just like these ones in amongst the folder, like this, as you can see. This is so hard to film. So I have my little post-its up here, and these are like subcategories within the different modules. So for example, within research methods, I've got one here that says describing and displaying data, and it just makes me feel more organised. If I need to go over something in particular, I can just find it by looking through this folder, and it is a lifesaver. So they are all of the essential pieces of equipment and technology and stationery that I believe you will need when you study psychology at DMU. I hope you do decide to come here. I absolutely love it. I think you can tell that from the big smile on my face. I hope you found this video useful. I'm sure I'll be back very soon, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!